Hello guys and welcome to another video. My name's Mark, I'm an entrepreneur and property investor, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you what I would do if I had to go back to the start of my journey and the options that are available, the difference between starting a business and becoming an investor. So we're going to go and have a look at some of the companies that I own, some that I've started more recently, and I'm going to give you a real holistic view of my opinion when it comes to starting a business, the time it takes to scale, and the same with property and investing, the time it takes to purchase, scale, and what sort of returns you can expect from both. So hopefully that'll be of real interest to you guys. But today I think what we're going to do is we're going to go first of all to Fired, which I've started about 9 months ago. It's a fast food chain. The brand hasn't even been installed. I'm just going to give you an idea of some of the challenges that you will face if you're starting your business from scratch and what you can expect to have to overcome. So let's get into the video. I think we're going to take the S-Class today, and I think I'm going to drive Nick in the back and he's going to enjoy that. So let's go and get the video started. So guys, here we are outside one of my businesses. This business started about 6 months ago, just about November, December time. And as you can see, the branding hasn't even been done. I'm gonna get Nick to put some photos of the branding up, but this is what I would class as a startup. And what I really wanna make sure that people are aware of when they're starting a business is just how long it takes to get going. This business was conceptualized about a year ago. We started it 6 months ago. And actually, it's going to take a further 6 to 12 months until we're in a position where we can start to scale it. But let me go in and show you a little bit about what we do here and a little bit about the branding, and I'll show you exactly what our vision for Fired is. Come on. Here we are inside Fired, and as I said, this is going to be a fast food chain. The idea behind this was to create McDonald's. So we have pizza ovens and we have burger preparation out there. The concept of McDonald's basically encompasses exceptional burgers, really good pizzas, and delicious sauces to your door. So we wanted to take something that's already been done in its constituent parts, improve it, and then create our own spin on it. And Fired was born about 12 months ago off that vision. It's taken us 6 months to get the store, to get it up and running, and we're now at the point where we're about to get the rebranding done in a further 6 months. It took us nearly 12 months to perfect our product to the point where we were happy that the customers could then buy it. And at the moment, we've still got another 6 to 12 months work to go until we're in a position where we can start to scale it. But when I show you the figures on businesses and how they scale, it's going to be unbelievable about how much money you can make if you get the recipe right. If you get the recipe wrong, you can lose money. I'm already into this business for about £100,000. So we really need to make sure we get the recipe right and we're able to scale it. Otherwise, it just wasn't worthwhile. But let me show you a little bit about the products that we're buying. I'll get Matt to just make a few and I'll show them in front of you. So guys, I'm sure you'll agree, the food looks amazing. I promise you it tastes amazing. Nick, how are the cookies? Nick nod, brilliant. They were amazing, I know they are. So this is now at the point where we've got the product right, we're gonna install the brand, and after that we're gonna be able to scale the business. So what sort of money can we make out of a store like this? Well, in food, you're aiming for a margin of anywhere from 10 to 20%. So if I get this store to turn over £1 million a year, oh, 1 second, we've got an order here, I'm gonna accept that. Sorry about that. If we get to turn over about £1 million a year in a store, we'll make between £100,000 and £200,000 a year. You can scale that up to 100 stores. You're looking at 100 million turnover with between 10 and 20 million profit. So there really is money in these sort of businesses if you can scale. But the hard bit is starting and then scaling. Also, if you only turn over £700,000, you can easily swing into a loss. So it's really, really important you do your figures, you understand that the brand is the valuable bit and that you're going to scale and grow the business. Much higher risk than investing in property, much bigger returns if you get it right. But now let's go and see a business that I've grown for the last 10 years. Before COVID was profitable, and post-COVID I'm hoping it will be again. But let's go and see what 10 years of scaling does. So guys, here we are outside of Go Green Taxi's head office in Didcot, and as you can see, it's heartbreaking for me to see this many cars sat up doing nothing. But this is the effect that COVID has had on our business. So I wanted to bring you to a business which is now 13 years old, very well established. We operate out of 3 or 4 offices. You know, we've got over 100 vehicles that work in our fleet, and it's just heartbreaking seeing it like this. But that said, I want to just remind you, we've got all the systems, we've got all the processes in place, we've got the brand built, we've got mechanics, we've got recruiters, we've got call center agents, we've got systems that are fantastic. So all of these things have been put in place over the last 13 years. And once we fire everything back up, once COVID has gone, assuming we can get back to some level of normality, this business will start firing back up again. And that's the bit that takes time, the 13 years to build the brand, the systems, the processes. And that's what Fired's missing at the moment, the business we were just at. It hasn't got the systems integration. The website's only just been built. The brand is only just starting to be developed. But once we get to the point where that's started to take effect, you'll see it explode and expand really, really quickly. So hopefully this gives you an idea of where you can get to after a decade, and it takes a long time to get to a business that turns over. I mean, we were hoping to do 8 figures this year, but due to what's happened, we're just going to have to rebuild from where we are, and I'm sure we'll do 8 figures in a couple of years. 13 years of hard work, 10 years of getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, going to bed at 9 o'clock at night, 14 hours days, 7 days a week. I can't exaggerate just how much went into building this business. But that's part of where I am now, right? And all that hard work has paid off and allowed me to become an investor as well. So this is building businesses. I don't want to sugarcoat it. I would do this all over again. But if you want to invest, I'm going to take you to some of my properties and I'm going to show you a different way of building wealth. So guys, welcome back to my house. Unfortunately, it started raining outside, so I'm actually not going to take you to the actual properties. But what we will do is go through to my office and we'll have a look at the filing cabinet and I'll show you some of the properties. I've probably got some pictures and stuff in there, but it'll give you a good idea of, as a property investor, what I own and how you could get started in property investing if you want to, or where you could get to. So guys, I haven't asked you to like this video, and if you could possibly give it a like, it would massively help me out with the algorithm. Also, if you haven't already subscribed, consider subscribing. We're going to be giving away an investment property on this channel eventually. And on top of that, if you look in the description, there's a few options in there. We do Mentoring Mondays live now, where you can connect with me live on a Zoom call every Monday. It's only £45 a month, and on top of that, the first week is free. As well as that, there's also some free resources in there. You can download a deal analyzer, you can download the limited company versus personal analyzer. It's all completely free of charge, all of that stuff. So Nick, let's head over to the office. I think we'll go the quick way, right? Let's go. Oh, right, it's much easier when they do it in the movies. Anyway, here we are in my office, and actually it's my wife's office. As you can see, she does art, and her paintings are all over here. But what I want to do is show you the filing cabinet, which has all our files and all our properties in it. And I'll talk you through a few of them. And what we can do is loop this back to Fired, where I've already said we're about £80,000 into building that business. So for a similar sort of money, we could have bought quite a few of these properties. So let's have a quick look at the filing cabinet, and I'll show you through that. In fact, Nick, just insert some B-roll here, and as you can see, we've got loads and loads of files in there. My wife's asked me to not put too many of the addresses out there, so I would respect that and turn them over so you can't see. But as you can see, there's quite a lot of files in there. So if we loop it back around to the property that I've just done in Corby, that's a really good place for us to start, because that property cost me about £70,000, between 70 and 80, to completely finish. That's the sort of money that I had to put in. So the deposit was about 30,000, then we had all the fees, then we had everything else, and as it stands, we're going to make about a £40,000 to £50,000 profit, and on top of that, we're going to make an income of about £500 a month. And we're going to have quite a lot of that money back to be able to do a similar project again. Now the market's moved in our favour, and on top of that we have managed to buy well and do the renovation at the right price, so there has been some skill involved. But myself, I haven't had to do much at all. Whereas with Fired and with Go Green, for example, I had to work many, many hours constantly to build those businesses. So I think it's really, really important when you're looking at property, when you're considering how you're going to start your wealth building career, whether you decide whether you're going to be a passive investor, somebody who puts money in with an expected return over time, or whether you're going to be somebody who's active and who's going to go out and either source deals, going to build a business, going to do something that means that your time is going to be used in exchange for money. And I'm not saying one's right or one's wrong. And to be quite frank, if I was going back to the start, I would build another business first before I started investing. I was very, very fortunate that I was able to do both of these hand in hand. I needed somewhere to live, I rented out my spare rooms, we then bought our second house. All this time I'm building my businesses. So I was very fortunate to have a supportive wife who was able to look after all of that while I absolutely destroyed the hours and got my businesses fired up. But that's my story and my past. What's right for you will be what's right for you. So I would encourage everybody to just have a good think about what it is that you want to achieve, the method that you're going to go about it. But for me, if I was going back in time, I would build another business and then I'd use the money from that business to invest in property and create passive income. I've been Mark Parham. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've massively enjoyed putting it together for you, and I will see you again on Monday.